Pek Seah? Yeah. So my classmate is how you related to Pek Seah?
Hua Luan, there's a Hua Luan. Hua Luan is not the daughter of Pek Seah.
Okay.
Then she is the daughter, I think. That's my aunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, he saw that we are finding some pioneers in Bukit Brown. So she thought that maybe Eu Chin was buried there. So she asked me to find help to find, and then her cousins like to go there and pay the respect. So I start to search in Bukit Brown. Then I know the Seah family, they come from Yepu, Guapo. So I will look for all the Guapo, the Teochew tombs. The first tomb I encountered, actually, I do not specifically go and find first. I go and survey all the tombs first. So the first tomb that I found is actually belong to the Song Seah side. Song Seah son. Not Song Seah, sorry. Chiu Seah's son. With his Eng Kun. No descendant here, right? No. Chiu Seah. Then I found that they have actually a generation name. That means each of the Seah generation, let's say, if you notice Liang Seah, Chiu Seah, Song Seah, Pek Seah, all for the Seah, right? But when they die, they don't use the Seah. They use the Mian.
Commercial break. Fire.
Oh.
Fire.
Oops.
How big the fire?
Wow. Quite low.
Quite low, you know. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, give us 4D now.
Anyway, we went to search for all the tombs. We found about more than 10 of them related to the Seah Eu Chin, Chiu Seah, Liang Seah, and Pek Seah. Their daughters and so some of them are affected by the highway. So I will give you the names later. How many of the name of the cluster are found in Bukit Brown?
So the Liang Seah one was where?
Yeah.
No, Liang Seah has been exhumed.
Liang Seah has been, but the wife also has been exhumed.
Okay.
His wife also is there. One of his 3 wives in Bukit Brown. Because how I know
Got 3 wives, I thought
because
2.
one of
I remember it's 2 only.
the headstone was broken. The headstone they chopped it off. So
Liang
one
Seah
way
only
to tell the
2
Sioux is you break off the headstone, make them recognize that it's not a
Where
home.
got Sakai?
I
As far as I remember, Liang Seah has 2
Got
wives.
record the
There's 3 wives, man?
I think it's 3 wives.
Wow. Maybe there's someone we don't know. I only know 2.
lost cousin or whatever.
And then in front of the grave there's another son. So I will give you because it's given in a generation name. So usually generation name we are not able to decipher unless there is a children name. So anyway, the generation name is given in the book of the Yepu genealogy book.
Correct.
Since the Kangxi period, Emperor Kangxi period. So they have written down all the generation names. So from there we know each generation belongs to which each of these characters belong. Then the breakthrough comes actually in the 1940s when somebody discovered an imperial edict in one of the second-hand stores. Second-hand store is those like Shanghai Road, those free market. So he found one imperial edict. This imperial edict was actually mentioning that Liang Seah bought a second-ranking title for his father, Seah Eu Chin, together with 2 of his wives. So this one was not reported, but from the imperial edict, some historian managed to write down, and it was published in the journal. So from there we know that Liang Seah bought 2 second-ranking titles for his father Eu Chin and his 2 wives. So if you here, this tomb never mentioned the second-ranking title. This one mentioned the 4th-ranking title. But that imperial edict is dated 1894, approximately 11 years after he passed away.
Where
so
is,
usually,
sorry, where is the imperial edict now?
I think it's quite crumpled at that time. So some historian managed to inscribe. Yeah, it mentions his deeds, what he do, and then mention because of this, they decided to give him the second-ranking title together with his 2 wives. So his 2 wives here, we know that he married the 2 daughters of Tan Ah Hun, who is the captain of Perak. And the first daughter died. He married in 1837, died within a few months of smallpox.
Okay.
Then he married again the younger daughter. Yeah. So and this is the first time reviewed in history the names of the 2 wives, Ming Ye and Ming Chu. First time, eh? Yeah, and they come from the Maolong, which is the same province as his brother. Because the two wives, the brother come, Tan Seng Po. He's also a very famous a businessman. And Tan Seng Po is now Seng Po Lane in Tiong Bahru is named after him.
Oh.
He also come from Maolong. That's why we can confirm with with certainty that this is the tomb of Seah Eu Chin.
Okay.
And of course, later on, we decided that we cannot find him in Bukit Brown, so we think maybe his original grave still exists.
Oh, you do?
Because all the time Bukit Brown started in 1922, right? So we thought that those died earlier maybe reburied in Bukit Brown. That's how we find Chong Siak. That's how we find Tan Kui Lan, you know. They are all reburied. Then we say maybe his original grave still exists because I cannot find. And his tomb should have to be very big, right? So anyway, I and Charles then do the background research. We first find his obituary notice. Then we go to buy his land deed, and we discover he bought the land deed. How many acres? This land, 30.
I think total 37.
Yeah. Anyway, we find his land deed. From there, we find obituary notice. He actually died on 23rd September 1883. His body was kept in state, embalmed and kept in state, and he was only taken for funeral procession on the 1st of December.
Wow.
More than 2 months lying in state.
Wow.
This is what my mom told me.
100 days ah.
Yes.
Cepat je lah.
Oh yeah.
I went for my grandfather, said 100 days.
Correct. Now I know. Okay. So on the 1st December,
100
then
day
he's
weeks,
taken for funeral procession. Yeah.
Keep
Then you
magic,
mentioned that
magic ball,
the burial place was his plantation, and it was 3 miles from his residence at North Boki. So we take a map, we measure roughly 3 miles, then we come to about this location.
Very PI leh.
Yeah, about this location. Initially, we went up the wrong hill. We went up to the other hill near SGI International. There we found one grave, but the grave is small, but it is still intact, and it belongs to a Tan family. So we are still certain maybe it's the wife of Tan Seng Po. We still don't know. So we are still trying to find out. And that land also belongs to Eu Chin. So anyway, Charles will, because he's a map expert, he will tell how he use a map, and then how we make the first initial discovery of grave here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So carry on from Raymond. Basically, from the National Archive, we found there was a few so-called plan showing Seah Eu Chin estate. So all of them happened to show a curve on Thomson Road, which coincide. And so when we look back the 3 miles where it coincide with the grave hill, there was a curve outside as well. So when I put the two maps together or overlap each other, I found that it is a perfect match. Of course, it was lucky because SL building was just below it.
Oh.
Had it been above it, that means the building was gone.
Oh.
Okay. So that means first we accepted that this was his land. Then after that was a matter of finding. So like Raymond said, first we went to the wrong side. Then we also this grave hill is actually pretty big. We are only at one contour, which is this facing. There's still the front and the back and the side. And in fact it goes down all the way to Philip factory. Okay, so it's pretty big. And so when we first went to the wrong side, there was a cobra. This cobra is I think it's still a juvenile. It doesn't look very big. It was up and it was about maybe 5 meters away, and he has a bit of white stripe below the hood.
Oh.
So he was doing this.
Oh my God. Ooh.
So I was like, Then I said, okay, sorry, I go. So I decided not to go this track. So I went another direction, and I walked, and then from a clump of bushes came the same sound.
Oh my God.
So I said, okay, not going this way again. So then I decided to go in another direction. But before I go in, one big monitor lizard look at me. Blocking the path. So I was thinking that maybe today is not a good day. So
Oh.
we went back. The next day we went in by a fourth path. Okay, and it's actually down from there. And somehow we knew. We just walk and we just think that maybe this way we come down here, we come down there. It was, and then just about 3 minutes before finding here, it suddenly started to rain softly.
Ooh.
Then we started, once that happened, there was kind of a deja vu feeling because that was what happened when we found Anxiang or Yaning Singh father.
Wow.
To you lah.
Yeah, it
So
was,
something
call
is
it
close
showers
by
of
lah.
blessing.
So once that happened,
Snake and also move them direct away, you know. The snake move them
So
away.
actually the snake pronounced
The
as
snake,
Seah,
蛇咯，对咯，
Seah Eu Chin, the Chinese pronunciation. is
蛇咯，对。
So sometimes we believe that it might be the reincarnation. The Seah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Gosh, Harry Potter, what's that? Snake.
Thank you.
You know, some of you were asking if you wanted to come again, how it can be done. The two ways you can do it is to contact Claire and I. Our email is very easy. It's atbukitbrown@gmail.com. A full stop, T full stop. The easiest way to get more information, and maybe Raymond can actually blog post all the people he has found. BukitBrown.org, O-R-G. BukitBrown.com is ours. So both these, we will try and update all the Seah descendants on, you know, whatever new developments there are. Claire will probably blog about this visit, and you need to give them some information, right?
Okay.
Let's do that maybe on the blog or something. Yeah?
Perhaps just explain what all we are.
Yes.
So those of you, there are quite a few people who have been helping you come up. So we call ourselves the Brownies. We're the volunteers at Bukit Brown. Peter Park, who is very attentive over there, has helped you. The first one to help you across the drain, Peter.
Yay!
Peter is a researcher, so he's able to draw up all newspaper archives and confirm information.
Oh, great.
Yihun is over there, Miss Bush Basher. Biggest backpack of all of us with all the magic tools inside.
Do they know who's got camera?
And then Rock Lion here, he's a map expert. He's here especially today to do a survey of this hill, Grave Hill, and hopes to map it for you. He's also helping the documentation team. Alright? Catherine and myself, we are the founders of all things Bukit Brown. So the blog site is bukitbrown.com. And that is outreach, educational outreach, especially to the young, hoping to get them interested in our heritage. And then the deep chim stuff, the research, 我们的师傅
Oh, yeah, expert.